All right, thank you very much, Nelly. Hello, everybody. My name is Ifeolu Afale. I know many of you must have seen so many content from me on Facebook. I am the community moderator for Facebook and a good number of our social media platforms. And I am glad you're all here today. And one of the reasons why you're here is because we want to talk about how to make money on Remitano using P2P. And if you are here, if you've been with Remitano for a while now, P2P will not be something that is very strange to you. And if you're a new person, if you're a new user of Remitano, this event is going to expose you to the world of P2P on Remitano. Now I'll go straight ahead to sharing my screen. Okay. I'm going to share my screen right away. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Nelly, can you see my screen?
May I have a question real quick?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay.
So, what do y'all think about a new episode of My Hero Academia?
Please, if you have anything to say, can you raise your hand up? And if you
oh
know
shit,
you have,
my bad.
I would remove you. Please. It must be relating to what we're talking about. Please. And you must raise your hand. If you go against the rules again, I'll remove you, please. Thank you very much. If you can continue. And yes, I can see your screen.
All right, thank you very much. So just as Nelly has stressed, just a few in-house rule. If you have a question, you can use the hand raising feature, and you can also drop your question in the comment section. We have some of our coordinators who can extensively answer any question you might have. So today I'm going to be talking about how to make money online, trading P2P on Remitano. But as we all know, there are several ways to make money online. But one of the one we are going to be stressing on today is how to leverage the Remitano ecosystem, the Remitano infrastructure, and extensively benefit from it. Now, I need to tell you right here that there is just one secret to making money anywhere, regardless of whatever you're doing. And that is buying low and selling high. The circle of money making, the circle of profiting is not complete until you have sold to take profit. So without any further ado, I'm going to move to the next slide. So now there are various ways to make money online, but we've highlighted 4 ways that are somewhat intertwined, but I'm going to give a quick breakdown. Now, I need to understand that money making is not a rocket science. And now, another thing I need to tell you is that I'm not issuing any form of financial advice. This is not financial advice, 1. Number 2, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So we are not engaging you in this AMA section. We are not having to discuss cryptocurrency with you to promise you that you are going to be rich tomorrow. If you follow through the process, you are going to get the rewards. And if you don't, obviously, but we believe that you would, after this training, you would have learned something important, and you'll be able to, execute your first trade. If you've never traded before on Remitano, after this training, I can assure you that you will be able to execute your first trade, because we are going to be executing a trade together. And if you've traded before, I'm going to assure you that you'll be more confident trading on Remitano. So one of the ways to make money is actually taking profit from price change. So imagine that you bought something at a lower price and you decide to sell at a higher price. The price difference is a profit. And at the very basic level, that is one good way to make money. So you bought Bitcoin, for example, because this is a cryptocurrency gathering, a blockchain gathering. So it makes sense to use blockchain terminology. If you bought Bitcoin at, say, $13,000, yeah, right now Bitcoin is $23,000 as of today. Now, you've not made profit if you've not sold that Bitcoin. So it's until you've sold the Bitcoin, because you bought at $13,000, it's now $23,000. Your profit is right around $10,000, yeah, if you sold Bitcoin. Yeah, so that is one way to make money. And this is not limited to cryptocurrency alone. It's just essentially a rule of thumb for anything. The second one is saving in USDT. Now, I don't know from where a lot of people are joining us, but I want to believe that we have a lot of African people in this meeting tonight. And one thing that is common with our fiat system is that our currency are getting devalued every now and then. I can remember in 2020, $1 was around 400, 390.
My brother, Bitcoin is good. It's very good investment there.
Please, John, please stop writing on the screen. Thank you. So as of 2020, one Bitcoin was around 390. One USDT, $1 was around 395, 400 naira. And as of today, as I speak to you, $1 is around 735 naira, 740 naira. It went as high as 800 naira at some point in 2022. And one thing you realize that if you've been keeping naira in your account, or if you've been keeping your fiat in your account, you realize that over time, your fiat is losing value. What 100,000 naira could buy in 2020 or in 2021, today, 100,000 naira cannot buy that thing. So your money is losing value. And one way to hedge your money against inflation is to save in a more stable currency and in a more valuable currency. And that is US dollars. But the truth is not everybody has the luxury of opportunity to be able to open a US dollar account. The process of opening a dollar account with your bank can be very stressful. And when you even open a dollar account in your bank, to access your dollar in your bank can still be a bit of an hassle, you understand? So, okay, I'll tell you this for free. I have a dollar account. I do. And I cannot access my dollar account whenever I want. I can access my dollar whenever I want it. I have to go to the bank and it has to be based on availability of dollar in the bank. So if the dollar is not available, I have to go. But when you save in USDT and your USDT is on Remitano, you take charge of your money. Your money is in your full control and you decide what to do with it whenever you want to do it with it. So that is another way. The third way is crypto investments. Now you can decide to invest in some good crypto projects based on your evaluation of the project. If you've researched the project, a good example is Renek, for example. Now, since the advent of Renek, from the beginning of development of the project, there was a white paper that was developed. If you've done your research and you feel like Renek is a good project, and in the next 5-10 years is going to be worth a fortune, you can invest in Renek now and hold on to it, wait for that period, and basically cash out. Then the fourth one, which is essentially closely related to crypto investment, is P2P. Now, trading P2P is just being active in the market, buying and selling different forms of cryptocurrency. You buy at a lower price, you sell at a higher price. You define your margin, yeah? You define what profit you want to take at what price point. So that is that about that. Then we move to various ways to make money on Remitano. Now, there are two basic ways to make money on Remitano. The first one is risk-free. Like you literally just put your money somewhere, your money works for you, you take profit and you move. Now, the first one is you want to hedge your money against inflation. Now, maybe you are anticipating that with the economic problem that is going on, you might be anticipating that your fiat currency will lose value for that. Personally, I don't keep money in Naira. I keep my money in USDT or dollars so that when eventually Naira loses value, I'm not particularly bothered because to a large extent, I'm playing safe. So you could do that. Is literally risk-free. The only thing there is that you have to be proactive and know when to convert your money to Naira whenever you need it. So the second way is to do borrowing and lending. There's the borrowing feature and there's the lending feature on Remitano, where essentially you put your crypto that you're not using, your idle assets, and you give it up for lending through the platform. the platform lends it out to people who would invest with it, and you get a percentage return on investment, depending on how much you are investing. It's totally risk-free. You just have to put your money there, wait for a maturity period. Once the maturity period is here, you cash out and you move. Then the third one is the referral program. So Remitano, when you refer people and they make any trade, now you have on your app, you have your referral link. Your referral link is personal to you. Now, once you share your referral link to your friends and they sign up using your referral link, they become your downlines. Whenever they make any trade, you get as much as 40% of their trading fees. Now, whatever trade they execute, the amount of trading fees that is deducted from that each trade, you get 40% of that trading fees. So the second way is essentially trading cryptocurrency, and there are different ways to trade cryptocurrency. There's spot trading, there's future trading, and there's margin trading. Now, any of these trading would offer greater reward, but then you understand that this is a more advanced trading technique that promises more reward, but has high risk. So the third one is essentially to buy low and sell high. I've explained that, and it's just simply buying at a particular price, waiting for the price to go up, and selling at the price you've always wanted, then taking your profit. And at the very basic level, that is how to actually make money from the Remitano ecosystem. We have quite a number of cryptocurrency listed on the platform that you can buy into, wait for them to grow significantly, then sell and take your profit. So now I'm going to run you through an overview of P2P on Remitano. Now, P2P trading is essentially the act of buying and selling crypto directly between users without a third-party intermediary. Now, the essence of having a platform like Remitano is to ensure a smooth transaction, is to ensure that trades are executed between two people easily without any scam. Then P2P is an easy-to-use platform. We all know this. P2P on Remitano is an easy-to-use interface. Remitano has one of the most user-friendly interface that you can think of. You don't need to be super tech-savvy to navigate the Remitano ecosystem. It's just very, very simple to use. In few easy steps, you get your trades running. Now, why P2P gives more control over your trading, it is essential to have a platform like Remitano to actually facilitate the transaction. So now in this seminar, you will learn how P2P trading on Remitano works along with the benefits. So now, these are the benefits of trading P2P on Remitano. These are the benefits of trading P2P on Remitano. Now there are so many benefits of trading P2P on Remitano, but we've outlined 8 of them. Now, one of them is decentralization. Now, your trades are not being interfered by anybody. So the trade is essentially between you and the person you are trading with. And the only time the support comes in is when there's a bit of an issue. The support comes in to get it settled. And it has always been a fantastic experience for every single person that has been using the platform. Now, the second benefit is we have an active community. We have a community on Facebook, we have our fan page, we have a community on Discord, we have a community on Telegram, we have a community on Twitter, we have a community on Instagram. Any social media platform you can think of, we have a community there. And you can easily just ask your questions from the community. The community are friendly and is active. And whatever questions you have, you can always get answers on the go from the community. Now, on Remitano, there are multiple payment methods. Now, Remitano is not limited to just one payment method. As we speak, we have dollar-based payment method on Remitano. You can trade on P2P using gift card. You can trade on P2P using PayPal. You can trade P2P on Remitano using several other payment methods that you can think of. You just need to plug into the one that best suits your need and you'll be fine. The fourth one is fast transaction. Now, if you are using your fiat wallet, I can tell you for free that your trades are going to be executed on the go. When you trade on Remitano, it takes literally 0 seconds to execute your trade when you use your fiat wallet. And of course, when you use your bank account, the time it takes is dependent on your bank. But transactions on Remitano are typically very, very, very fast. As fast as 0 seconds for any trade you do with your fiat wallet. Now, the fifth one is lower fees. You get to pay way lower fees on any trade you execute, on anything you do on the platform. And in fact, right now, we have a new feature, which is the 0% taker fee. So if you are not setting up advert and all you do is to just go to the app to buy or sell from people who have their adverts up, you don't get to pay any fees for the trade. You literally just have to pay 0 fees and your trades are executed on the go. Now we have a user-friendly interface. I can't stress that enough. Remitano's interface is very, very user-friendly and is easy to navigate. Now the second to the last one is privacy and security. You can be sure that your assets are safe. You can be sure that you don't have anything to worry about as long as you are trading within the Remitano ecosystem. You can be sure that everything is going to go 100% fine. Now, the last one is the customer support. We have an active customer support. We have a customer support that is always available and always around. And if you have any issues, the customer support are always there to answer questions that you have. Now I'll go through the typical P2P cycle on Remitano. Now, if you want to trade P2P, and this is where it gets interesting. So let's say you have a coin you want to trade, or you have a coin you want to either buy or sell, yeah? All you need to go to your Remitano app or open Remitano on your web app and look for someone who wants to either buy or sell. And there's an escrow system in place to ensure that when trades are completed, the two parties are safe. So Jane wants to buy a coin from Gio, yeah? The escrow system checks this person's account. Does this person have the amount of coin that this person wants to buy? Then the escrow holds the coin. So now that the coin is with the escrow, Jane can go ahead and pay the person who wants to sell the coin. Now, once Jane has made the payment, the person confirms that the payment has been made, and the person instructs the system to release the escrow, that's the coin, to Jane. And that is how Jane gets her coin. The person who is selling the cryptocurrency gets his or her money, and everybody is happy. Now, that is on the assumption that this trade is done using bank transfer, right? But on the other hand, if it was fiat wallet, the trade is done instantly. 0 seconds, you don't have to go through this particular phase or this particular cycle. And this is where I'm going to be highlighting the differences between the bank transfer method on Remitano and the fiat wallet. Now, if you are trading P2P using your fiat wallet, the completion time is 0 seconds. So when you trade, the moment you click on P2P trade and your payment method is your fiat wallet, your trade is completed immediately on the spot. Now, if you use local bank transfer, we would all agree that of late, banks have been messing up. But then should that stop us from still executing our trades here and there? It shouldn't. And that is why Remitano has put in place the fiat wallet trading method that allows you to trade even when the banks are messing up. So you just trade using your fiat wallet. It's safer, it's more secured, it's faster, and that is how it works. Then the fees, when you trade using the fiat wallet, you are not paying any fee. You are literally trading free of charge, so to speak. Now, when you trade using your bank app or your bank using bank transfer, you get to pay bank charges. When you transfer money from somebody to another person, you pay bank charges. The fees are dependent on your bank. Now, the security, when you trade using your fiat wallet, it is 100% safe. There's no dispute, there's no scam, your coin is not frozen because the trade is executed by the system itself. Now, for local bank transfer, the security, Remitano has made provision for security to a very large extent. But to some extent, you still have to take some precautionary measures from your hand. You have to make sure that the person who is sending you money is sending the right amount of money, or you have to make sure that you confirm that this person has sent you the amount of money they claim to have sent. Yeah. So because I'm going to be sharing this slide after this event, you get to see a short demo of how the fiat wallets work on Remitano. But beyond this short demo, I'm going to actually demonstrate how the fiat wallets also work on Remitano using my own account. So now, using the P2P channel on Remitano, there are two ways to actually use P2P channel on Remitano. But the two ways we can further break it down into three. Now, you can either use Remitano P2P as a maker or as a taker. Now, if you are using the Remitano P2P platform as a taker, essentially what you are doing is that you just go to the platform to buy or sell. You buy from people who already have their adverts up, or sell to people who already have their adverts up. Essentially, that's what you do as a taker. And if you are trading P2P on Remitano as a maker, it means that you are more like doing it as a business. You are setting your price, you are setting up adverts, and this is where it gets interesting, and this is where you get to make your money. So you can trade P2P on Remitano as someone who creates ads. So you create advert to buy at a lower price, then you create another advert to sell what you are buying at an higher price. So the price difference, so let's say you are buying, for the sake of analysis, let's say you are buying USDT and your advert to buy is 735 Naira. So that means you are buying USDT at 735 Naira. So when people are selling to you, they are selling to you at 735 Naira. Then you set up an advert to sell and you are selling at 755 Naira. Your profit margin is 15 Naira. But as a maker, because you are making an advert, you get to pay 1% trading fee. So your profit would come to around maybe 10 Naira or 9 Naira, depending on the volume of trade you are executing. Now, if your profit margin is 10 Naira, for example, so on every dollar, you make 10 Naira profit. Imagine you're able to execute $1,000 every day, which is something very doable. Now, the advert you are setting up on Remitano just lists those adverts for you for free. All you get to do is, whenever you execute trade, you pay 1%, but the adverts are there on Remitano for free. So $1,000 is something you can do every day. And now, here's where it gets interesting. To set up an advert, you don't need to even have $1,000 in a day. You can set up an advert depending on your pocket and rinse and repeat. Just recycle the process. So let's assume that I have 20,000 Naira, for example. I will set up an advert to buy 20,000 Naira worth of USDT at the rate of 735 Naira. Then I'll also set up an advert to sell whatever I'm buying at a higher rate. So if I do that, I complete the first trade, maybe 20,000 Naira circle has completed, rinse and repeat, and I'm able to do $1,000 in a day. I'll be making 10, if my profit margin is 10 Naira on each dollar. 10 times 1,000 Naira is 10,000 Naira in a day. If you do 10,000 Naira in a day, in 30 days, that's 300,000 Naira effortlessly, just by setting up an advert to buy and sell on Remitano. So that is how you make money on Remitano as a maker. People that are selling the cryptocurrency to you, they will come to you. They will come to your buy adverts because they want to sell to you, so you're buying from them. And when you buy from them, you also sell to people who want what you are selling. So different people come to the platform for different reasons. Some people just come to buy crypto on the spot, and some people just come to sell crypto on the spot. So that is how you leverage the system and make a lot of money. So let's assume, worst case scenario, you are even unable to do $1,000 a day. Yeah, let's assume you are just able to do half. That is still 150,000 Naira every month trading P2P on Remitano. So let's even say, worst case scenario, you are still unable to do $500 a day. Let's say you're able to do $250 a day, which is ridiculously doable. You will still get to make $75,000 every month. That is more than 2 times the minimum wage in Nigeria. So, and you would understand that this is something you just need. You don't need, it's not a rocket science. You just set up your advert and you don't need one big money to get started. You can get started with as low as $5. And I will show you today. You can get started with with whatever you have, get started, strategize, plan it out, and watch yourself grow. So now this is where it gets interesting. So Remitano has a new feature where you get to pay 0 fees when you trade P2P as a taker, not as a maker. So if you are trading on Remitano, yeah.
Hi, if please, can you make your screen? Can you make it full? Right now we are seeing everything. Yeah, can you yeah.
Let me do that.
Maybe the slideshow also.
Yeah. Because I'm trying. All right. Thank you. I apologize for that. All right. So
thank you.
Now, as a taker, you get to pay 0 fees whenever so when you come to Remitano to trade on the spot, you're not paying any fees to trade. But as a maker, you only get to pay 1%. So now let's go to the practical steps to trade as a taker. Now, this is for people who just want to trade on the spot, and all they have to do is quickly go to their app and either buy or sell. So when you open your Remitano website, essentially, this is what you see. You typically see this interface. You see Bitcoin, choose another coin, the particular selling price, the particular buying price. At this point, you can so I'll just actually practicalize this using my own account. So now this is where it gets interesting. If you are a new user or an existing user that has not executed any trade before on Remitano, here's an opportunity for you to execute your first trade and win a reward. So if you're a new user, all you need to do, I'm going to be Alex, I'm coming. Sorry. Dolapo, please, I don't know if you can help us paste the link, this link on the chat section so that new users can click on it and sign up, and existing users can also. So as I'm speaking, they can also do what I'm doing. So if you're a new user, and even if you're an existing user, but you've not done any trade before, this is an opportunity for you to execute your first trade and win from a prize pool. Now, this is not limited to either new users or existing users who have not executed a trade. This particular reward here is for those who are executing that trade for the first time. So if you are doing it on the spot as I'm doing my own, that's the best thing to do. But you have a maximum of 24 hours to actually complete this particular task. So if you're a new user or you're an existing user that has not executed any trade before, if you execute your first trade either while we're on this section or within the next 24 hours, you'll be eligible for some form of reward. And for existing users that have completed a trade, would randomly pick existing users who have completed a trade. Essentially, what you just need to do is for existing users, if you're on our Discord community, all you need to do is to send a screenshot of any trade you've completed before. So we are going to randomly pick people and they will share from a price pool of 50 USDT. Now, this is for existing users who have completed a trade before. All you just need to do is send us a screenshot of your completed trade that is not older than 3 or 4 days ago. For an existing user, just send us a screenshot on our Discord community. So if you are not on our Discord community, this is a good time to join our Discord community. Nelly, I don't know if you can go grab the Discord link and post it on the chat section. So for those that have not joined the Discord community, they need to join the Discord so that they will be able to share their screenshots and be able to win the reward. So I'm going to be practicalizing how you can, get started with your first trade. So the first thing you need to do, when you see that interface, I'm just going to skip all these parts and get started. So this is my Remitano account here. Let me see. All right. So once you open your website, I'm using now. You could be using the app, but because of this seminar, I'm using my laptop. So all you need to do is click on buy crypto. Now, for the sake of this analysis, so this is where you get to choose any coin you want to buy. So there are 7 coins that you can trade over the P2P channel. So you have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ripple, and BNB. So you can choose any of these coins. But so that we'll be able to calculate our profit properly, I like to use USDT because USDT is a stable coin. But even though it's a stable coin, we still buy and sell USDT at a varying price. So the average buying price of USDT on Remitano is 747 naira, and the average selling price of USDT on Remitano is 735 naira. So let's do a quick math here. So let's assume somebody is selling USDT to you at 735 naira, and when they sold to you at this price, you are selling at this price. Let's just do the quick math. 747 minus 735. This is 12 naira, give or take. I'm correct. This is 12 naira price difference. So let's assume worst case scenario that your profit margin itself is 5 naira. And you're able to do, I've emphasized it before, if you're making 5 naira on each dollar, and you're able to do $1,000 per day, 5 naira times $1,000 is $5,000, 5,000 naira. So that is 5,000 naira per day. 5,000 naira per day in 30 days is 150,000 naira per month. This is something practically doable. So you can either choose to go through adverts here. So when you scroll down, you see a lot of adverts. We have up to 13 pages of adverts here on the platform if you want to buy. And we have up to 55 pages of adverts if you want to sell. So you can either go through the pain of going through all of these adverts, or click on the buy now feature. So if you click on the buy now feature, all you need to do is to put the amount of asset you want to buy. You understand? So let me use 4 USD because I think I have this. I'll just use, now the reason I'm using this small amount of money is so that you can know that anybody, regardless of any amount you have, can use Remitano to execute any trade. You can buy for as low as sometimes $1 safe. So let's use 4 USD. And right now, this is where you can switch in between your payment methods. So you can use either the Naira-based payment method or the dollar-based payment method. So for the Naira-based payment method, we have cheaper cash, we have bank transfer, which would have, under bank transfer, we have different banks, and we have the NGNR wallet, which would allow you to execute your trade on the instant. Now, for the sake of this particular class, I'm just going to use NGNR wallet. Now, for bank transfer, all you need to do is start the trade process, put the amount of money you want to trade, and follow the prompt. You'll be presented with an account number and a payment reference. All you need to do is make the payment within a payment window of 15 minutes and take a screenshot of the payment you've made. Once the payment has been completed, upload the screenshot and your coin is going to be released to you. Now, if you are selling, the same thing is going to be the case for the person that is buying from you. All you just need to do is wait for payment. And once you've confirmed the payment, you release the coin to the person. So now for the dollar-based payment method, you will see that we have the PayPal, the Payoneer, the Wise, the ATM, the Revolut, and the gift card. Many of us here are freelancers. I know some of you work on freelance platform, you make money in dollars, but withdrawing your money from those freelance platforms is always difficult because some of them will say you withdraw your money to Payoneer or you withdraw your money to PayPal. Now, when you withdraw your money to Payoneer or PayPal, how do you now withdraw your money from PayPal to your bank account? If you withdraw your money from Payoneer using Payoneer's direct bank transfer method, they send you their money at a very low rate. So imagine that you have $100 on your Payoneer account, for example, and you want to withdraw from Payoneer to your bank account. Payoneer will send you maybe 420 naira per dollar. So your $100 will be like 42,000 naira if Payoneer is sending you the money. But if you come to Remitano, you'll be selling your Payoneer funds at the exact market rate of 730 something naira per dollar. So that means instead of getting 42,000 naira directly from Payoneer because you want to use Payoneer method, you use Remitano P2P USD feature to sell your Payoneer funds, and you'll be getting 73 or 74,000 naira. Look at the gap. Look at this. The margin is almost double what you'll be getting if you are doing direct withdrawal method from your Payoneer. The same thing goes for PayPal. The same thing goes for Wise, ATM, Revolut, and many of us have people who give us gift cards, and you can literally trade your gift card on Remitano. Now, but then the purview of this seminar would not extensively cover this particular part. We'll do extensive training on that pretty much in subsequent seminars. So for the NGN method, regardless of wherever you are, if you're in Kenya, if you're in Ghana, you can just do this same thing with me, but you are going to be using either Kenyan shilling or Ghana cedis. So if you click on confirm, now, if you know you want to be eligible for this reward, you've seen the link has been pasted in the comment section. You need to do this with me and execute your first trade. So let's say I want to buy $4. I already have NGNR in my wallet. So because I'm using my NGNR wallet here, you see that the completion time here is 0 seconds. If I click on buy and I click on yes, you see that automatically I have my money automatically. And the price at which I bought is 739.16 naira. And my trade here is completed. I'm not waiting for anything. So automatically I already have my USDT because the order has been executed. So that is how fast it can get. So now let's assume I've bought right now at 739 naira per dollar, yeah? Now to make profit from this particular trade, I have to either wait till the price of dollar goes back to, say, maybe 750 or 745, so that I can realize that margin, yeah? Or I could just set up my advert and put my own price. Now, the beauty of P2P is not limited to trading USDT. Like I said, USDT in itself is a stable coin. So you don't have that volatility as such. But if you are trading a more volatile coin like Bitcoin and Ethereum, you are sure that prices can go up really fast, although prices can go down really fast. So that's where you have to be very, very proactive. And when you are setting up your advert, if you are setting up advert as a maker, you set up dynamic prices that adjust itself automatically with the market price. So once this has been executed, you realize that your money stays in your account and you are good to go. So I'm going to go back to share my. So now, if you want to skip this whole process of going through different pages of advert that has been set up, you can just do instant trade. But you can also go through adverts that have been set up, look through the prices, look through the merchants, and see which of them meets your trading criteria. Now, let me slow down a bit here and let's see. Are you guys actually, have you started executing the trade? Yeah, somebody just posted, I can withdraw from my Payoneer to buy USDT in Remitano. Yes. Usman Habib, yes. If you have a Payoneer fund, you can use Payoneer fund to buy USDT on Remitano, and you will get it at the real rate. So you don't have to be selling your Payoneer funds to people that will give you peanuts. And those people, there's high probability that they can scam you. So, but then if you are trading it on Remitano, you are in charge of your funds. You are in charge of your money. So if you have a Payoneer fund, if you have PayPal fund, you have to really, really just use Remitano yourself. Yes, you can use PayPal address. Yes, you can use PayPal to receive money from another. You can use PayPal address to receive money, because when you use PayPal to trade P2P, your payment method now will be your own PayPal address. So when people can buy crypto from you and they pay you through PayPal. Yes. So I'm literally trying to go through the comment section to see if you guys are I've started trading. Again, if you've not executed your first trade, this is a good time to get started. Don't sleep on it. Just execute your first trade. And just so you know, you don't need to have one big money to start trading on Remitano. You can start trading with any amount of money, as well as $5, $10, depending on whatever. Just get started. Use the small money to learn. So I'm not saying right now, I'm not telling you to get started and go and start trading with one big money. Learn first, learn the process. Use whatever small money to learn how to use the platform, learn what works, and you understand. So yeah, I'm just going to, I just briefly went through the comment section to see what you guys are typing. So this is for those, this is when you are using, when you are going through people's advert and you're not using, you just want to go through people's adverts. So you get to pick from any random advert and you get to set the amount of coin you want to buy, and you get to buy it. Now, at the end of the day, if you're still using your Remitano NGN wallet, you will still get to get the trade executed in real time. But if you're using your bank transfer, the time for the trade to complete is dependent on your bank. So that is that for that. So again, we are going to be going back to this point. If you are new, if you don't have a Remitano account, or if you've had a Remitano account but you've never used it, you've done your KYC but you've not executed any trade, this is a good opportunity for you to execute your first trade, get your first trade executed, and you'll be eligible to win from a prize pool. You can either scan this QR code or click on this link and you'll be able to sign up and execute your first trade. Now, I've given you a quick run through of how you can do that and get started. And if you have any question, you can leave the question in the comment section, or if at the end of the day, we cannot answer your question in this seminar, you can always post your question as a post on any of our communities, Facebook, Discord, Twitter, and anything, and you would do, all your questions are going to be answered. So let me go back to, so right now we are going to be taking Q&A, and right here with me is practically almost the whole team guiding this community. So this is where I stop sharing my screen. So if you have any question, please use the hand raising feature, and we are going to go through the comment section, and we are going to also allow people to ask questions. So if your hand, let me see. So I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 10 people with their hands up. So let's start with the Cardinatia. Please, can you unmute yourself and ask a question?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay. I want to know the meaning of this armor of a 10. I don't know the meaning. And secondly, we are talking about making money in Remitano. And I found out that one of them is when you refer someone with your referral link, then you get after that person must have done his or her 2-step verification, as in level 2 verification, you'll be rewarded with one reneg. But such thing is not happening now. I've observed that it's not happening now. And lastly, is about the support team. Is there any specific time to chat the support team for them to respond immediately? And they are no longer active on Facebook. I really need to know why it is like that. Thank you.
All right, the Kanayati, So I think you asked about 3 or 4 questions in one. So I'm going to answer from the first question you asked. AMA is Ask Me Anything. Essentially, what we are doing here, where you get to ask questions. So we are opening the floor to you to. So the theme for this event is Make We Talk Crypto, but we are transitioning from Make We Talk Crypto to AMA. That's Ask Me Anything. Literally, ask me anything. So it's where you get to express yourself, ask questions, and get answers in real time. That's one. Number 2. When there was a period when we were promoting Renek referral feature, that promotion has ended. So the only thing that happens now is when you refer people and they do their KYC, you get to benefit from their trading fees. So 40% of their trading fees goes to you. So the promotion where you get 1 Renek has ended a while ago. So that's that. Number 3, to reach the customer support for a faster response, you need to go through the website as opposed to your mobile app. So the responses are faster when you go through the website, and you literally get to chat the in-app support from the website faster. And Facebook, you have community support. I think if you have questions, you can always make a post on. Now we have several channels, and I need you to understand that sometimes when you there's some posts that you may not be able to make on Facebook because of some Facebook policy. That's why we have a Discord channel where pretty much everything is free to discuss. So you can come to Discord channel, throw your questions, and we'll trash it out there if it is something that we can easily trash out. I hope that answers your question, the Ghanaian team. I don't know. Did I answer your question, please?
Yes, you did.
All right, thank you very much. Eric Akman, please ask your question.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ifeoluwa, for this great teaching, first of all. And but I want to just make a suggestion about the peer-to-peer channel. The summon area, I think we should have a phone number summon. We should be able to call our peers, because most of them, they might be active in the next 1 minute, and like the trade I met last week, I noticed the guy just went off on the next 1 minute, and he was unable to come back. Like 30 minutes time, I was still waiting. So I summoned him, there was no way. But I think if there will be a way we can be calling each other, it will be very nice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that question, Eric. I that is duly noted. I'll pass that across to the management, and I know that they would get to be able to do something about it. Thank you very much. Shoma, please, your hands are up. Can you ask your question?
Okay. Good evening, sir. My name is Shoma. So when we talk about how to make money, and the third option you talk is about crypto investments. So I want to know if there is any accurate or perfect way to use this fundamental analysis or technical analysis to find out the prediction of a coin. Is that a perfect way of doing it?
Thank you, Choma, for that question. So the truth is, there is no perfect way of fundamentally analyzing the market. So there is a near perfect way of technically analyzing the market by studying charts, doing your technical analysis, using different indicators, and you can get a near perfect way to technically analyze the market. And I think we would have to go through this particular one in subsequent teaching, where I teach everybody how to read charts, how to draw trend lines, essentially how to technically analyze the market. But there's no way to perfectly fundamentally analyze the market, because fundamental analysis is essentially based on occurrence. So for example, there might be a news somewhere and it's going to shift the market. So if today the US says that cryptocurrency becomes a legal tender, what do you think will happen to crypto? What do you think the first thing that will happen to cryptocurrency? The prices will start going up. What if today the Nigerian government says, okay, crypto is no longer banned and everybody is free to transact in crypto anyway and anyhow they like? What do you think will happen to the market? So that's essentially fundamental analysis. So fundamental analysis is just pragmatic enough. You are always at the top of your listening game when it comes to news and all of those things. So there's really not a perfect way to fundamentally analyze the market, but there's a near perfect way to technically analyze the market. Technical analysis is essentially just predicting the future price of a coin based on the past prices. So I hope that answers your question. Chibuzo Martins, please, can you ask your question? Martins, can you ask your question? Can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Okay, I would assume you don't have a question. I'll move to Ibrahim Abdullahi Rijim. Can you unmute yourself and ask your question, Ibrahim? Nelly, please, I hope you are taking note of those that are asking questions, please.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you, Ibrahim.
Okay, distinguished and respected ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ibrahim Abdullahi Ringum. My question is that a lot of people are asking me about these questions. That is why I brought this question here. Hello?
I can hear you. Did you type your question in the comment section?
Okay. Tell us a little since why we shall trust Ranek, why we shall invest in Ranek.
Okay. Thank you for that question. In as much as this particular seminar is not about Renek, Renek is one of the major projects of Remitano, and I'm going to tell you why Renek is going to be a success. And I always like to use the example of BNB. Now, one of the most important things that drive the price of any project up is what is called use case. Use case. Now, if you look at the Remitano ecosystem, Remitano has been existing before Renek. Renek was not what gave birth to Remitano. Remitano itself has been successful, has been existing before Renek. So Renek, by default, automatically has a use case in the Remitano ecosystem. So Renek is going to be the driving chain or the driving force of the Remitano ecosystem, just like BNB is the driving force of the Binance ecosystem. So if this is all you get to know about Renek, is more than enough. And you can get to read more about the use cases of Renek and the roadmap and everything that has to do with Renek in the white paper. Now, everything that has been highlighted in the roadmap for Renek, we are getting to fulfill them one after the other, from mining period to when the mining ended, to the period when Renek that has been mined were locked, and we are going through a vestation period every week. An amount of Renek is being released to you, to some major listings, and we continue to go from there until Renek becomes a big deal. So I don't know what else you want to know, but I can assure you that RENEC is actually a big deal in the Remitano ecosystem. And as long as Remitano exists, RENEC is going to exist and is going to be valuable. Thank you very much for that question. Anthony Nwadike, can you please ask your question? Anthony. Okay, I'd assume your answer is just up. Undubuisi, please ask your question. Can you unmute yourself and ask a question?
Oh, very good. Are you?
Undubuisi, we can't hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I just good evening, everyone, and thank you for keeping us always. I have two questions. We are, I can say we are, me personally, one of the people, and
I'm sorry. I'm struggling to hear you. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello.
You know what's going to happen? Just type your question in the comment section.
Okay.
All right. So Sally Zubair, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, all. My name is Salis Zubair Mayaki. I have a little two questions, sir. The first one is I want a merchant, Remitano merchant. So,
okay.
Sir, I want you to tell me requirements for me to become a Remitano merchant. And the second one, sir, is that is there any program that Remitano is going to do for seminar to let the other peoples know? What I mean is that to be organizing seminars in some states, to be inviting people about RENEC, Remitano and RENEC. What is it? What is going to be? And promotion. Is there any plan for that, sir?
Okay.
So that our people are disturbing us. When are we going to have seminar? When are we going to invite people so that to tell them what Remitano is, what is RENEC? So I'm here to ask, is there any plan for the Remitano team to organize seminars for some major states in Nigeria so that our people will know more about RENEC?
Okay. Sorry, sir. I had your question. I'm sorry. We have a limited amount of time because we have. So your first question is the requirements to be a merchant on Remitano. So the first thing first is that you have to have completed your KYC to level, I think 2 or 3. So that is you have verified your phone number, you verified your email address, you verified your bank account, you've verified you've submitted a valid ID. Then the peak of verification is peer-to-peer verification, and that is for the big merchant. But as long as you have done KYC up to level 2 or 3, where you've essentially submitted a valid document, you can start creating your own adverts at the very basic level. And that is the basic thing to do as a merchant, creating your own advert to either buy or sell. There are several ways to complete other transactions for Remitano, but at the very basic level for P2P, you just need to complete KYC to that certain level before you can start setting up advert. And for community hangouts and meetups in different states in Nigeria, I think it's going to happen. I would also have the conversation with the management. Trust me, I've actually brought the idea up so that we can have community hangouts at strategic places, especially where we have more Remitano community members, so that we are not just having virtual meetings, they need to be able to put a face to the product. So I'll definitely take note of that, and I'll pass it across to the management. Thank you very much for that question. Malaki Chukuma, can you ask your question? Okay, I'll just assume you are unable to ask your question. Ahmed Abdul Karim, please.
All right, I am here.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my question is, you said something about P2P, the profits in trading in P2P. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, and you also said something about the merchant trading. So I want to ask, what is the possible amount that one can use and start up the merchant trading? The possible amount, at least.
Okay, so you can start trading on Remitano with as little as $5. You understand? So you can, so you don't need, this is just at the very basic level. If you don't have an understanding of the system, so just trade with a little amount of money to gain an understanding of the system after this seminar. This seminar is being recorded, so you can watch this video over again, and you have the slides yourself to read through, and you'll be able to practicalize. But you don't need one big amount of money to get started. You can get started on the go. So let's say you have USDT already. You can set up an advert to sell your USDT and set up an advert to buy USDT from people. So it's just rinse and repeat. Start small and scale up really fast. So that's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ahmed Abdulrahim, please, can you ask your question?
Hello.
Okay, Ahmed is not asking.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Good evening. My name is Ahmed Abdurrahim.
Good evening. Okay.
Yeah, the problem is that most of the time, if I want to set up my advertisements.
Yeah.
Hello. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
So if I'm setting up my advertisement, most of the time, if I go back to this P2P, after I set up my advertisement, I will not show on P2P. Then I will do everything. Then I don't even know the reason why that I'm not showing in P2P after I set up the advertisement.
Okay. I get your question. So when you set up an advert on Remitano for P2P, now you need to understand that you're not the only one setting up adverts. There are a long list of people setting up their adverts. So first thing you need to understand is you have to set competitive price. So now the adverts are ranked based on the prices that advertisers have set. So if you set a competitive price, your advert is going to rank higher. If you set a price that is not competitive, your advert is going to rank lower. So chances are that your advert is just pretty much, the pages are long. So for the sell advert, for example, you have 55 pages of advert. And I'm sure you've not gone through each of those pages to actually look for yourself. But if you check from your own end, from your dashboard to see your advert, you will see that your advert is on. So if your advert is on from your end and all the parameters are right, your advert is listed. The only reason why your advert might not be showing where you want it to show is because your price is not competitive. The more competitive your prices are, the higher your advert is going to rank. So thank you for that question. I know I've been able to answer that question properly. For a second, let's go through the chat section and answer questions from the chat section. So the first one here, let me check the question from the chat section and just read them to me.
Okay. Wow, very low. Okay, so I'll be starting from Emmanuel Obum. He said, what is the required trust score P2P dealer need to have before he or she can be allowed to transact via bank transfer? Because I noticed Remitano wallet is what's available for most P2P users. So I need to know what trust score and how can P2P user increase his trust score.
So I don't know. Maybe this person does not particularly understand. So Remitano wallet is not the only payment method you can use, because one of the ways to actually increase your trust scores is to trade more. So the more you trade and the more feedback you get from people you trade with, the trust score itself is just feedbacks that you get from people you trade with. Do you understand? So the more feedback you get, the more positive feedback you get, the higher your trust scores. You understand? So you have to set up adverts and check, when you are setting up your advert, check your payment method. Check the payment method you have selected when you are setting up your advert. If the payment method is fiat wallet, you might not be getting trust score, because essentially all you are doing is you are trading within the state, you're not trading with other people. But if you trade to get bank transfer, when you trade with people and they are transferring to you from their bank, they will be able to leave feedback after their trade. So from there, you're able to build trust score. So that answers it, I'm very sure. What was the second question? Let's just take 5 before we take.
Okay. I will just be going through it. Okay. This one from Jimmy Awal Waju is basically about crypto projects in general. So his question is, many new projects makes a good impression at first, but are suddenly abandoned. My question is, how will you manage the project and the token to get to a position in the market and become the best project in the crypto world?
Okay, so although this question is not within the purview of what we are saying, but then I'll just say it again. What makes a crypto project strong, is the use cases. See, before creating any crypto project, it's just like trying to start a business, and nobody is in need of the service you're offering, or nobody is in need of the goods you're selling. So when you want to start a business, for example, the first thing to do is to find a need for that business. So the moment you're able to find a market and you're able to find a need, that is use cases. No matter how bad the market can be, any project that has a use case, that has a need, will always survive. The reason why projects like BNB, projects like Reneg, projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum would always survive regardless of the market condition, is that there is a solid use case. So if there's a use case for a project, no matter many of the projects that eventually faded away, or many of the projects that eventually became obsolete and you are not hearing about them again, their use cases, they don't have use cases, or their use cases are just there. So as long as there's a use case and the use case is solid enough, the project will survive. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. This one is from Ida Chaba. She said, my question is, when are we going to have the session on how to use automated market maker for P2P? At the last event in 2022, we were told that the next session will treat that topic.
Okay, we'll probably just explore that. I'm sorry I'm saying that we'll probably explore that some other time, but we can have that conversation as a post. Is something we can do as a guide. We don't even have to do it as an actual AMA section. We can do it as a guide, we can do it as a post or something, but definitely we'll touch on it. So thank you, Kidachaba.
Okay, and the final question will be from Chibuzo Martins. Have we taken a question from Chibuzo Martins? No, we haven't. Okay, so I will be reading out his question. According to your teaching, I learned that it's escrow to confirm payment, but sometimes people make payment account details provided by Remitano and send payment proof, but it's... Hello?
Sorry, come again.
Okay. My question is this. According to your teaching, I learned that it's escrow that confirm payments. But sometimes people make payments to the account details provided by Remitano and send payment proof, but it will still wait for the seller to confirm payments before releasing the fiat to the buyers, and thereby delaying the buyer from receiving his or her fiat on Remitano. Okay, this is not a question because I'm reading the statement. I will take another one. Please hold on.
Don't worry. Let me attend to that. So I did not say that escrow is the one to confirm payments. No, I didn't mention that. When you send money to somebody, it's not Remitano that will confirm that the person has gotten the money. It's the person that will confirm that they have gotten the money. And once they've confirmed that they have gotten the money, they will let the ecosystem or Remitano escrow system know that, okay, I've seen the money, release the coin. The escrow is just a word like that serves as a security system between two people that want to trade. So you have money, you have cryptocurrency. You that you have cryptocurrency, bring your cryptocurrency. Or you that you have money, give the person that want to sell to you, give the person your money. Once the person confirms that they've received the money, the escrow system will give the cryptocurrency to the person that has paid. So it's essentially just that. So it's not a escrow system that is making confirmation. It's the person that is getting money that is making confirmation. I hope that answers the question. So let's take Emeka Santos. Please ask your question. Unmute yourself.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, I want to ask a question regarding P2P. I want to ask, in P2P, the people or the persons or the individuals behind...
Am I the only one?
Or maybe...
I can't hear Emeka.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I want to ask, in P2P...
It's skipping really bad.
Hello?
Am I the only one?
Hello?
Yes.
You know what's going to happen? Just type the question in the comment section.
Okay.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. If
All
I
right,
can hear me.
Ali Kali. No, if you type the question, let Ali Kali go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
I want to say thank you for the all knowledge you are giving to us. I came with a little, I think, 3 questions. So my first question is that what will make a fit rate to be in disputes? Because I have encountered such problems a lot. And my second question is that I have sold Renick in CoinGecko. So is there any surprise that Remitano want to give us? As in, are we going to see Remitano very soon in several exchanges or not? And my third question is that how can we improve dollar P2P without Naira P2P, because the P2P is divided into different 2 categories. There is dollar P2P and Naira P2P. So I want to know more on USDT P2P. That's only my questions. Thank you.
All right. To answer your first question, what leads to disputes when trading P2P? Now, when you are trading P2P and your payment method is bank transfer, you usually would have a payment window of 15 minutes. So you are expected to complete the payment within that 15 minutes payment window. Now, if you exceed that time, and you've indicated that because the moment you click that you've paid, your timer does not stop counting. Right?
Yes, after you uploaded
Yes, even after you've uploaded the payment proof.
The evidence, the payment evidence.
The payment window is for you to pay and for the person to confirm that you've paid. Now, if you've clicked that now when you click that you've paid, notice that the escrow has taken the coin away from the person. So the person does not have the coin. Now, if the person does not see the money and the person and you click that you've paid, the person becomes worried. So
like
they can
due to
start
network problems.
Yes, they can start a dispute. So that is one of the big reasons for dispute when it comes to trading. Now you said you've seen Renek on CoinGecko, and you want to know what other surprises you should be expecting. Now we are expecting that Renek will be listed on more centralized exchanges, and development still continues, marketing still continues, and every other thing that community growth still continues. We realize that Renek is a community-based project. We have a very large community, and
100%.
And this is the community of believer. So yes, so we hope to get more and more and more as the days go by. And the dollar P2P method, is essentially for people who have to either exchange cryptocurrency in dollars, and they've been unable to do that. So there are different ways to exchange dollars. So one of the payment methods is PayPal, Payoneer, Wise, even gift card. So if you want to explore the dollar-based payment method for P2P, it means that you want to either get paid in any of those payment methods, or you want to pay with any of those payment methods.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Bisan Victor, please can you ask your question?
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Yeah.
Clearly, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you for the class you have given us. It's tremendous kudos to you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, my question is very straight, based on the buying and selling section, right? People talk more POP and swap. Me, I really want to learn about lending and swing. Sure, you understand, sir?
Okay.
I want to learn.
Yeah, I understand your question. Again, the question is not really within the purview of what we are saying, but I'll answer the question because this is Ask Me Anything. This is essentially Ask Me Anything. So lending and swing is essentially an investment method. So you don't have to do anything per se. You have an idle asset. Maybe you have idle Bitcoin, you have idle Ethereum, you have USD that you're not using. You can just open your Remitano app, check the lending feature, see the different categories of assets you can invest in terms of lending or swing, then commit to the investment and wait for the set period to take your yield. So it's as simple as that. You get to know more about it by practicalizing it. But if we have to do some form of training, some form of guide to actually help, that would work. And again, we have the Remitano forum section where we have tons of blog posts about how to use all these features on Remitano. So if you feel that there's something you need to know, you can actually go through the blog section. You can search for posts relating to what you want to do and learn more. And you have the community support. If you have any questions, just post it on any of our community groups, and we're going to be answering you. So yeah, at a very basic level, the lending and the swing is essential for investing. You just invest and you just wait for a set period of time to cash out. So Emeka Kletos, can you ask your question? Emeka, okay, I'll move on. Sani Ali, please, can you ask your question? Meet yourself and ask your question. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
So my own is 2 questions. I have 2 questions. So at the beginning of this program, you have made mention how to make money or Remitano. You term the first level, the first one as no risk, which is the valuation, borrow and lend and referral program. So I need more explanation on the valuation. Then my second question is about just recently Remitano added RUSDT. So I want to know more about that and what should be the benefits to we, so the Remitano community. That's are the two questions I have.
All right, thank you very much for that question. I mentioned devaluation, and when I mentioned devaluation, I gave a cogent explanation. So you realize that I used dollar, for example, and naira. You see that naira has been losing value over a long period of time. Almost every now and then, the value of naira is dropping. So essentially, what is happening to naira is that naira is being devaluated. So how do you benefit, or how do you stay safe, given that naira is your currency, and you know that this naira that you are spending as a currency is being devaluated? How do you play safe in situations like that? So that is what I was explaining, that you can now hedge your money, your naira, in US dollars. And the easiest way to do that is to use USDT. So USDT, for example, is a stable coin. It's pegged at one USDT to $1. So that answers it. So whenever naira is dropping in value, you know that naira is dropping against dollar. So that means that dollar is gaining more value. It means that your money in dollar is gaining more value as opposed to having the money in naira. So RUSD, just like USDT, is a stable coin that is now used in the Remitano ecosystem. Now, USDT in itself is a stable coin for a company known as Theta. There is USDC, there is BUSD. BUSD is a stable coin for Binance. So REUSD is the stable coin for Remitano. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, yes, yes, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm not sure. We still have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after these people will just stop taking questions. Sufia Muhammad, please, can you ask a question? Very briefly, thank you. Okay, I don't think she's here. Austin, Eva, can you ask a question?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My question
good evening.
Is, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
My question is talking about the advert and trading. So since you probably haven't traded before, and setting up your advert to trade, and also since you haven't traded before, you have to set up the amount so that it will be okay, right? And yeah. I'm also talking about how will I put it now? Because there is something like those that have traded before, I think there is a verification or something like that. Because for me now, if I want to go for somebody that has traded before, I will start looking up for those that I know that people have reviewed and all that, right? So I'm wondering, what about a newcomer? Won't he be suspicious of will he set it up or not? Do you understand?
Okay, I can hear you. I think I understand your question. So Rome was not built in a day, yeah? Every single person that is a big trader now started from somewhere. So if you've not traded before, you have to just start from somewhere. So it's okay that at the beginning stage, at your starting point, you might struggle a bit, yeah? But you have to just get started. So that means that at your beginning stage, you have to be competitive. So you have to set competitive prices. You have to lower your expectation. So when you do that, you'll be more competitive and people will be willing to trade with you. And because you are building a profile, you have to be smart enough to, not be greedy. And if you do that, it will not take long for you to, climb the ladder. I don't see any problem here. If you've not traded before, you just have to get started. As long as you have the trading experience. So thank you very much for that question. I really appreciate it. Daniel Chukun also, we have like 3 more questions after Daniel. Daniel Chukun also, please ask a question. Okay, he's not asking. Kiana Richard, please unmute yourself and ask a question.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
What?
How are you doing?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much.
Okay, my question go like this. Like when it comes to Remitano P2P, like the merchants that do participate in the P2P trading, like if I want to start as a starter now, how much do I need to start this in order to make profit from P2P trading?
Okay. You see, yeah. The amount of money you need to start trading P2P is essentially based on you. So there's no small amount.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I'm around.
Please wait, Chukuno. So we'll get back to you. So you can get started from wherever you are, from whatever you have. So the more money, of course, the more money you are able to trade with, the more your chances of making profits. Do you understand? But I'm trying to tell you that not having big money should not limit you or stop you from trying or starting. So you just have to have a growth mindset. Start small, scale big. If you have the capacity to start big, start big. Either ways, you are trading. So thumbs up for that question. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Kingsley, please ask the question. Unmute yourself.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Please, I would like to know how do we make ads, because I've been making ads before, trying to maximize the opportunity of going through different, as in placing different adverts to attract other people, other buyers. But I get to notice that when I go to check for my adverts, I notice that only one is always active. Does it mean that we cannot place more than one ad, or is there any other thing we have to do? Wanting to maximize other profits, placing other different price with slight changes so that to attract buyers and then to be on the ranking. So I don't know. Is it that we have to place just one advert on a particular asset we want to trade?
So Kingsley, when you set up your advert, do you use fixed price or dynamic price?
I use fixed price.
Okay, I would advise that you use dynamic price, yeah?
Okay. So
that setting multiple adverts might be good, but it might be unnecessary. So when you use dynamic price, you don't have to worry yourself about trying to catch profit from several angles, and you don't need to worry yourself about checking your adverts from time to time to adjust prices. So what's going to happen is try using dynamic price, yeah, for maybe one of the adverts, and the other one you can use fixed price, and let's see how it goes. You can send me a direct message, send me screenshots, and so that I can see what you're trying to say. Do you get? Then we can walk through it together.
Oh, okay. Okay,
right.
Okay. Thank you.
Got you. Kingsley Mudiaga, can you ask a question?
Good evening, sir.
Oh, man.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Kingsley, type your question in the comment section. I think your network is bad. You was really, really dragging. Abdullah Bashir, can you ask your question? I can't hear anything from Abdullah Bashir. Okay, let's Daniel Chukun also. I think you were trying to say something.
Daniel has asked question. I read his question from the comment section.
Good evening.
Okay.
Yes. Chukun also. Sorry, Daniel Martins. I have his question, but that Daniel Martins, I can see his questions on the comment section. Chibuzo Martins has asked this question. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry about that. But Daniel's question,
right.
can I read it out?
Also, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening.
Good
evening. Are you hearing me?
Yes,
yes, loud and clear.
Okay, my network is so bad. Okay, so what I want to ask is, now I have 3 questions to ask. Although I have typed it because of my network issue, in case if my network cuts. Now, the first one is, when will the P2P trading, when will we be terminated as a failed trade? Because I think if you
Bro, Daniel,
Should I read it?
I can't hear
Let me
you.
read
Your
it.
network is
Let me
really
read
bad.
it. Let me read it. Daniel,
Wait.
please hold on. Let me read it.
I'm even trying to mute him. Why can't I mute him?
Okay, please hold on.
I think how would be taught as a failed trade?
I've muted him. I
Now,
don't know why I can still hear him.
another one is verification.
Okay. Yes, Lord. Thank you. Okay. If you can hear me. Hello?
Okay. I think we all got muted. So it said, when will a P2P trade be terminated as a failed trade? Yeah. So you have a 15 minutes payment window to make a payment. If you don't make it within that payment window, the trade is going to be terminated. That is it at the very basic level. On the verification of bank, when verifying a Remitano account, with anybody, make sure that the bank accounts that they have tallies with their registered name on Remitano. It is very risky for you to send money to another bank account just because somebody is saying this account is not going, send it to this account. That is why it is not advisable to. It's always best to use Remitano Fiat Wallet. And if you are trading with people doing bank transfer, make sure that their name on their bank tallies with their name on Remitano. I think that answers the question. So let's Chibuzo Martins has asked this question. I think guys, I'm so sorry, we will not be able to take any more questions. We've exceeded the time. So if you have any further questions, you can write down your question as a post and post it on Facebook using the hashtag make we talk crypto, using the hashtag AMA, and you can attach any of the images we have for the section. Then the questions will be approved and the questions will be answered. So at this point, I'm glad I've been able to answer most of the questions, and any other further questions would be answered on the group. This session is being recorded. The recorded version of this training is going to be shared and posted on our social media platforms. And the slides for this presentation is going also to be shared with every single person here. So at this point, I'll be saying thank you very much for showing up. Now, I need you all to do me a favor. I need you to take a screenshot of what is on your screen right now. Take a screenshot and go to our Facebook group, go to our fan page, go to all our social media pages, and tell us what you've learned. Tell us how you feel about today's section using this screenshot from this event as a post picture. So every post that has to do with today's AMA, every post that has to do with Make We Talk Crypto, every post that has to do with whatever we've done here tonight is going to be approved. So I'm going to be leading by example, and I'm going to be taking a screenshot myself. And yeah, thank you very much for coming, guys. We are just going to give like 30 seconds to 1 minute to have us take all our screenshots. If you've not taken a screenshot, say wait for me. And again, if you've not executed your first trade, please execute your first trade so that you can be eligible for the price reward. You need to use that link to execute your first trade. Whether you're a newcomer or you're an existing user who has not executed this trade before or is or a trade before, do that. And if you are an existing user and you've executed a trade before, go to our Discord community channel. The link is in the comment section. Post a screenshot of the trade you've executed before in the past, and we'll randomly select people that will share from a price pool of 50 USDT. So have you taken screenshot? Let me go to the comment section. If you have further questions, just drop it on Facebook. Okay, next AMA, if possible, you should practically teach us more on setting art up. Okay, got that. All right, if you've taken screenshots, let me know. I'm still waiting. Somebody said, who is saying wait for me? Okay, done. Okay, done, screenshot done. All right, screenshot done. Okay, done. Okay, guys. So that brings us to the end of the event. On behalf of myself and my co-host and the whole Remitano team, I say thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for attending this event. We look forward to seeing you again some other time, and we love you. Thank you so much. Drop your feedback on our Facebook group. Drop your feedback on all our social media platforms. Let us know how you feel about this event. Thank you, guys. That would mark the event, the end of the event. So bye-bye.